Okay. And tilt down just a little bit. Even when you set the camera before you go, thinking everything's going to be fine and perfectly where you want to be, you're going to sit slightly different the moment you go to record. So, for everyone that's actually here at the moment, and for everyone watching on YouTube later, hi, this is Bursty Linus. We're going to have Fursuit chat Monday night, and here we are. And if you are still here, TD Man, hello, welcome to the stream. Feel free to chat and interact. I definitely do my best to interact with my public. I'm here for you, not for me. So, yes, please. Say stuff, interact with the conversation, be part of the party. We're here to be a party. If you've been here before, you probably are noticing some differences, including channel points are now active on my page, as well as options to subscribe. And unfortunately, part of the pain of all this is there are now ads. But the good news is, I get paid for those. So, I'm sorry, but if you can endure through them, I appreciate it. If you subscribe, they go away. So you have that option too. And all of that helps me if you do so. But all of the channel redeem points things are free. So you are free to use that little pop-up menu underneath the chat to spend those points. They generate over time, and a little green chest will pop up every so often. I don't know how often they're supposed to pop up. Like every 20 minutes or half hour or something. If you click it, it's an extra like 50 or 60 points. I think, depending on if you're subscribed or not. I think not subscribed is 50, and subscribed is like 60, and the higher subscribes, it's even more. Apparently someone else is streaming that I watch. Yep. Well, that's that. Well, if anyone doesn't have a topic, I'll go ahead and start this conversation off tonight. This came up while I was cooking. I know a lot of my thoughts happen while I'm making food. Go figure. Large person talks about food. Wild, welcome, my little dear friend. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything, except possibly me explaining what channel points are, and that's that little menu underneath the chat box that has free stuff that you can make me do for spending those points that generate just by watching my channel. They don't earn me any money by you using them. They don't hurt anything. They don't cost you anything either. They generate over time, so feel free to exercise any entertainment you feel. So, tonight's topic about food, because when is it not about food? I was thinking about what I cooked tonight, because it was stupid. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I purposefully made hamburger helper tonight. I could cook, okay? For anyone that's eaten stuff that I've made, even stuff that's simple, you be aware very quickly, I know how to cook. I've been cooking dinner for my family since I was 12. When Mom got a job in the evening, I started making dinner because I wanted to, and I knew how to. So, I've been cooking for a lot of years. But nostalgic flavors, things from childhood that I actually really enjoy, still matter to me. And tonight, of course, was Hamburger Helper. Do I have it the way you're just supposed to have it, as is, straight mix, water, meat, beef? No. For one thing, because I'm trying to use this as a two-night meal, I make a double portion. So 2 boxes worth. Do I care that's exactly 2 pounds of ground meat? No. In fact, I bought the little square rectangle of meat that was 2 1/4 pounds. Oh no, I got a little extra meat in my dinner. Ooh. That's fine. Hey, it just makes it a little bit, meatier. I also threw in a can of mushrooms. And I put in some frozen peppers and onions. A little bit more seasoning here and there. Is it exactly Hamburger Helper the way I had when I was a kid? No. Is there any way that it could potentially be exactly the way it was when I was a kid? No. Because they'll change the recipe every so often, so it's still never going to be exactly like it was. But I make it how it is now. Did it turn out good? Yes. I was actually pretty happy with it. And it was filling. Is it horribly bad for me? No. Are there things I could have eaten and made that would have been better for me? Definitely. But does that make it what I wanted? There's the key. What would have made me happy tonight? And didn't take all of the time. Another important trick with cooking is, yes, some things are amazing, some things are delicious. But if it takes you 3 hours in a workday evening to cook it after work, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to spend over half of your you time for a given day making a dinner that is just okay? Doing something like that on a Saturday or a random day off, that's a different story. You make what you want when you want it. Hi, TD Man. Welcome to the party. If you missed the information, channel points are now active on my channel. They're right below the chat box. Feel free to exercise as you so see fit. Oh, it's a new person. Well, hello. Help it. I'll buy that. Sure. Hi, Help It. Welcome to the channel as well. Feel free to interact. I do my best to chat with my beings, as you all are. I do my best to be interactive whenever at all possible. And there are now chat points so you may exercise stuff. Well, tonight, so far, we've been talking about food and nostalgic foods. I was going over the fact that I had Hamburger Helper tonight and really enjoyed it. Now, there are other foods that I buy that I know are not good for me. They're basically bad idea items. Especially follower goal. Oh, hello! I'm on a follower goal. Thank you. 60. Yay. I have to up that number now. Goal met. I have other things that I buy that I know are not the healthiest foods, but I actually enjoy them. Yay! One I was actually recently bought a couple of times, and I'm almost embarrassed to say it. I bought SpaghettiOs and meatballs. If you've had spaghetti and meatballs, you would understand the difference between these two things is astronomical. This is basically garbage with little garbage balls in it and noodle-like circles. But it has that flavor that you remember from your childhood, and you enjoy it. I'm from the UK, so it's midnight. Oh, well, welcome to the middle of the night there, and the item I just mentioned might also be noted in your world as spaghetti hoops. So you'll be on the same page with the rest of us in my mental suffering and eating stupid things. Do I think SpaghettiOs are at all good for me? Not really. No. Are they nutritionally, statistically overly bad for me? No, also not. Oop. Hydrate. Someone hit a button. I will be good. I will have some Anthrocon water. Anthrocon water. If you have to have water, why not have it from a convention? And my water came from this one. Well, it came out of the faucet, but the bottle came from that convention. Ah. The difference between me and a VTuber, you can see when I take that drink. You don't just see me faking it. Well, I mean, you could say I could potentially fake it, but who says I'll be honest, I definitely drank. It's actually good spigot water. Anyway, so yes, I ate SpaghettiOs a couple times recently. Not like on a day-to-day basis. I had like one every couple of weeks, and they were pretty good. Wanted to see how you drink in the fursuit. Yes, I thought of that before my first stream in suit. That stream I was planning for 4 hours, which turned into 2, and which is why the gaming streams are now only 2 hours on the schedule. I knew I was going to need water before the stream was over, so I grabbed one of the Fursuit water bottles out of the garage. Sorry about that. And I've been buying a few other things that I know are not as adult. I think almost all of us have a soft spot for chicken nuggets. And if you don't, you probably hate chicken. Do you go to cons? Oh, heck yeah, I go to cons. I got that water bottle at a convention. I got that at Anthrocon. What was at least a few times the world's largest anthropomorphics convention in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I also this last couple years gone to MFF. I've gone there a couple times in the past before that. Fur Fright, but that doesn't exist anymore. Western PA Furry Weekend. I've gone to FC at least once. I've gone to 2 Eurofurrences. I've been around a tiny bit. I got chicken nuggets in the freezer right now. That's a good boy or girl, wild, whatever you feel like you are tonight. Chicken nuggets are good. But yes, I definitely go to cons. My current plans are for Anthrocon and MFF for the next few years. We'll see how things roll. Not that healthy. Healthy's kind of relative. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not going to tell you what's good and not good for you. But I will tell you what can potentially make you happy is not necessarily a bad idea. As long as you keep it to moderation. Like, I'm not eating the SpaghettiOs every day. I've eaten those twice in the last month, I'd think. I do love Chef Boyardee raviolis as well. That's another one of those guilty pleasures. Something I remember from childhood. And I still love it. Is it bad for me? Does it make me happy and fill me up at lunchtime for a little over $1? Got that right. And sometimes that's what it comes down to. But further, I was thinking about this train of thought here of, well, I've been liking these foods and buying them on purpose from childhood memories. Fortunately, I've avoided some other ones that aren't as good for me, like going getting a quarter pounder with the large fries and an apple pie afterwards. Because first off, those don't taste the way they did when I was a kid. Secondly, that's really bad for you. Third, really not financially sound. I can't see buying that on a day-to-day basis. That's expensive and bad for me, which is why it doesn't happen. But other things that we do nowadays that, say, our parents look at us and say, why do you still play with toys? Why do you play video games? Why do you like this stuff that you like? And I thought about it. And my parents, who are now in their 70s, do stuff and like stuff that they did when they were little. Now, was it the same stuff? Absolutely not. Born in the 50s, 40s, yeah, they were both 40s. We didn't have a Nintendo. We didn't have a PlayStation. We had none of that. None of that was there yet. But something I know my father was really into when he was little. He liked cowboys. He liked cowboy movies. He liked cowboy stuff. What does my father watch? Pretty much solid on his television now. He found the Western Channel. That's on pretty much all the time. Until Mom gets mad and finally begs to have her turn. What did I grow up with? Not that. What were your budget for full fursuit? Oh, that's a hard call. What's your fursona? I think it's called... What? Your fursona? I think it's called... I don't know. Bursty's a purple lioness. And she is now 18 years old. The cost for a fursuit like her has gone up considerably in 18 years, so I wouldn't try and budget around what I paid for her in 2000, and I paid for her. Oh, that was 2003. I actually wrote the PayPal out for this lady. But I have fursuits from many a price range over quite a few years. Back when I got her, fursuits were about $2,000 for a full suit. Oh, thank you. I do take care of my suits. I make sure they stay clean. She recently had some LASIK surgery. Her eyes were starting to fade a little bit. It's hard to tell because of the lighting here. But I did have to recolor her eyes a little bit. But at 18 years, I'd say that's pretty darn good that a little bit of ink has faded. And, well, like any thing like this, you will have a pulled seam now and again, and you fit, as long as you know how to sew a little bit, no one will ever know the difference. I do take care of my critters as much as I can. They always get baths after a convention. And over the last, since June of 2020, I've been wearing stuff pretty often for weekly fursuit videos. So if you check my YouTube, which is linked below, you can see the stuff that me putting them on a multiple times a week basis. Well, hi there, Mandy. Welcome to the party. Is it worth it? That's a heavy question. That's a very heavy question. Hoi. To me, do I feel Bursty was worth the $2,000 I spent on her? Yes, I definitely do. Have I gotten something out of her? Has she helped me experience some things that I had not been able to experience? Has she helped me explore myself more? Yes. Has she helped me get out and meet people, help break the ice? Yeah, quite a few times. Has she caused a few bad experiences because some people are not socially aligned and will touch things they're not supposed to, even if they're in a yes. AKA, have I been inappropriately groped while wearing Bursty? Yes. $2,000. I could go. I have gotten a car for that. People get weird heads. Yes, they do. I will definitely admit, I have bought fursuits that have cost more than cars I have owned. That's not very hard because for about a year I owned a 1990 Dodge Probe, or Ford Probe. And that was in 2006 or 7, so it was like a 16, 17-year-old car that I got for less than $1,000. So, yes, you can own a car for less than a fursuit, easily. And Bursty's by far not the most expensive fursuit I've spent money on, and that was 2003 money. Nowadays, to get something like Bursty, you're easily going to be paying $4,000 or $5,000 minimum, assuming you have a maker that's willing to do that. That is actually a very good plan. I have done that before too. My bunny, Daisy, when I was going to get her, we already were well aware of how to make a fursuit body, so I talked to the maker who I wanted to get the head done by. And I'd done business with her before, so it wasn't like it was a first-time communication. So she knew I wasn't just going to stiff her. We discussed the particular fabric from the particular website that I wanted to order to make her body with. And that way we'd get the head made with the same fabric, so we both ordered at the same time, so it'd come off the same bolt of fabric. And lo and behold, we made the body for Daisy. Actually, Autumn did almost everything in making that body. And Made for You made the head. And if you didn't know that a different person made the body and the head, you probably wouldn't know. Wild says, my fox suit was the most expensive I paid for until I got my new deer. She became the most expensive. Mendy says, my goat was the most expensive for me. I can tell you our most expensive lives in the living room on the round chair, and that would be Guillemon. I am not disclosing how much we spent on that cutie pie, but we'll just say it's the most expensive I've paid for on a fursuit. And I don't regret that either. He's a very important investment, and he makes us both very happy. And he's basically living room furniture when he's not in use. Because he is a plush suit, so he's basically a plushie with no one in him when he's not stuffed with a humanoid. There are so many scams on Amazon for fursuits. Oh yes, there are. He's a partial though, and built in 2007. Prices changed, understandably. Oh, I missed something. Mendy was a 700 back in the day. Oh, yes. And the Mendy tiger suit is still very cute and very wonderful. And I am very pleased to have gotten a chance to wear that kitty with a goatee body. And no, I would not recommend looking for, if you want to have a unique fursuit off of Amazon or AliExpress or anything like that. Buying stuff off there isn't necessarily bad, like 100% bad, but don't expect what you see in the picture to be even close to what you get in return. That's kind of not how that works. I still need to buy new eyes for the head. Yeah, it's hard to show, but you can look at Bursty's eyes here, possibly, if they'll show up in the camera. They were pretty faded after MFF. And me and Prisma Marker fixed that. Supply and demand for fursuits, it's what drove the price up. Sadly, yes. Even with some of these makers that are producing a lot of ready-to-go stuff, like Lemon Brat, they sell out so fast at most conventions. A couple of Anthrocons ago, I remember they showed up there, and they had like a dozen fursuits, partials, for like a couple grand each. And they sold within the first day. It's scary. I can see scams. There are 300, but the fursuit normally costs $1,000 to $10,000. Yep. Cost of supplies as well. Petroleum costs have gone up, so do plastics, fur, and foam. Also sadly true. This fluffy pink like is on my collar here. When I first started buying it, you could often find deals for it down below $20 a yard. Now you're going to spend anywhere from $30 to $40 for a single 60-inch wide yard of this stuff. It's scary. I still keep stuff on hand. I'll still keep making products for myself. But yeah, it starts to hurt the wallet. Well, hello there, Revenant Howler. Welcome to the fun. Please feel free to join in the conversation as you see fit. We were talking about other things, but now we're talking about buying fursuits and the costs thereof and how cool or not cool it may be to possess. And for anyone that has not noticed it yet, I do have the channel redeems down at the bottom. So as long as you're following the channel, it should give you a bunch of points. And you'll generate them as you watch. RT Coyote. Oh, hi, RT. Do you struggle to breathe in your fursuit? No. Most of them not, anyway. Renamon has a little bit more of an airflow issue. I've still been working on that. The Moth has a bit of an airflow issue. I've been working on that, but alright, we're going to ruin the magic here real quick. Watch closely, because I don't want to do this too many times. Notice my mouth does open. It is a moving jaw. And There ain't much between me and the outside world. So, nope, don't struggle. Hi, Phil. Welcome to the fun. Gonna lurk for a bit. Well, thank you. You're allowed to lurk. You are more than welcome to be a lurker. And yes, Bursty ate a person. This is now a vor stream. We'll become NC-17 after that. Sorry. No fun allowed. Yeah. Hot. Got that right. This is now an OnlyFans channel. You have to be subscribed or whatnot. I think Twitch would kill me, and then YouTube would kill me later on. And then I'd kill me because, well, I ruined my reputation over nothing. Yay! Nifty emoticon. Smashy. As far as potentially making part or all of your own fursuit, I will never tell anyone don't do that. In my opinion, I prefer foam base. When I'm making it, yes, I agree. Bursty here is a one for all head. Something else? Ads be nuking my hearing. Oh, I am so sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, the ads are being mean. Oh. I hope they go away fast. I'll wait a moment and make sure you're all back from the ad that it fed us. One of the flaws of getting the benefits is I have to accept the ad's existence. Such is life. Some cool foam-based patterns offered on Etsy. Yes. Okay. There are ads I don't like Grammarly. Sorry about that. I don't get to pick the ads. They just show up. Ads over. Yay! Okay, yay. Bursty is not a straight foam base. She does have a plastic frame inside her. But most of my heads are balaclava with foam on them type heads. So easy to get in and out of. I got no ads yet. Well, I guess the ads don't like you. Help it. That's so. Feel happy and lucky for that one. Anything I've made myself was all balaclava on foam. Bursty, being this plastic frame thing that One For All did, is probably one of the most comfortable heads I own. I'm not going to fib on that. She's actually really easy to wear, especially for longer periods of time. And the airflow is amazing. I like the foam too. Corona has that hard snoot on foam, and it's such a mix. Do you go to fur cons in early 2000s? Yes, I did. My first furry convention was Eurofurence 9 in the Czech Republic in 2003. I got on a plane in Pittsburgh, flew all the way to Frankfurt, one flight, no stops. From there, took a train to Prague, and another train out to the furry convention. So yes, I've been going to FurCon since 2003, and I intend to keep going to them until I can't. If you have at least some basic sewing skills, And you can find matching fabric. Even taking a partial you get from somewhere, it doesn't take much to turn it into a full suit, especially if it already has a tail and hands. Feet would be the next hardest part, and that, practice a little bit. You can carve foam into toe nubs and do it to it. What was it like because it's different? Earlier cons felt different. Yes, they did. Alright, that particular con, that was a different style than it is now. Paying for the convention then paid for your location stay, your food, and the event itself. So, granted, I had to pay for a flight and a train ticket, but while I was there, it covered everything. Art show was a lot smaller. Panels were still panels. Earlier cons were smaller and felt more like family reunions. That is correct. The more people that go to a convention, you go from 100, a couple hundred, 1,000, a couple thousand, 10,000 or more. The bigger you get, the more you're not going to run into everybody. So now, you're kind of SOL. You're not going to see everybody. My first convention, there was no hotel to pay for because I was part of the con rate. Now, yes, every single con we go to, we pay for hotel space, or at least part of hotel space, depending on what's going on. I like the disappearing act. I could do bigger cons. Yeah, it is easier to disappear at a larger con. Also, good evening to all. Hello, Autumn. Welcome to the chat, sweetie. Is a fur con basically touring? A fur con is what you make of it. Everyone's saying hi to Autumn. For me, FurCon has a few main functions. I like to go fursuiting and have fun in that respect. I like to go to a dealer's room and spend money on stupid stuff, or at least look at stupid stuff I should want to spend money on. I like to meet friends and spend time with them that I haven't seen in probably a year since whatever last time they were at same said convention. And I like to go out and eat food with said friends. Anthrocon is a lot easier with the go out and eat with said friends than MFF has been. But that's all due to location. And of course, that's not covered in the convention fees because you're talking about finding a restaurant nearby, getting a table, paying for food, eating out with your friends. Basically, con budgeting for us involves paying for the hotel ahead of time, either ourselves or the person who's getting the room for our group, followed by budget money for food, budget money for spending, and do your best not to overdo any of that. Food, friends, and art. Got that right there. Food and friends, yes. How do you know? Oh, you don't. Oh, no. Time for a break. Have a good stream. Okay, have fun. You don't normally eat in fursuit. Think of it this way. Would you put on an expensive regular suit that you picked up, a $2,000, three-piece suit, and go eat spaghettis and meatballs like a slob? No. you take that stuff off, and probably take a shower before you go to the restaurant. Sauce all over your expensive suit. Yeah. The closest I did to eating in fursuit was at our niece's wedding, where I was partialing and I took the head and hands off to eat my dinner. And like 3 bites in, I even took off the upper body parts, so I was basically just Under Armouring it. It's an expensive hobby. Yes, it is. And if you just spent multiple thousands of dollars on a fluffy body, you're not going to want to cover it in sketty sauce or steak. Now, I've drank beer, alcohol, I've drank lots of things through many of my suits. In fact, it's really fun when you find normals that are willing to pay for said booze because they want to see the lion drink a beer, and they'll pay for a beer, and then they watch you stick the bottle in your mouth and take it down. Doing shots in suit was always a fun challenge. Autumn knows nothing about that. Autumn knows absolutely nothing about doing shots in suit. That's a big lie. It was hilarious for onlookers, but not fun being in the suit. Bad idea, Brigade. Yes, it was. Long, long ago in the before times, when Tonic was still across the street from the Westin in Pittsburgh. We were all in fursuit, about 3 beers in, and a bunch of local normies bought us shots of Patron. And the party went further after that. It was a fun night. Yes, I know absolutely nothing about this at all. Have you been in photo shoots? Oh, loads of those. You just got to remember to pay attention to what photo shoots are happening at any given convention. If you're statistically part of one of them, say a maker's photo shoot, if you find out ahead of time it's going to exist, you can try and be to it. I've done a few of those. MFF, I just happened to be down in the main hotel lobby around the time the purple fursuit photo shoot was going to be, and I was wearing somebody purple at the time, so I made it to that one this year. Well, last year now. That was December. I don't plan my convention around whether or not I make it to said photo shoots, because I'm there for fun, not necessarily to be specifically 1 pixel in a big photo. But I'll be there if I can be. Oh, absolutely. I've worn fursuit in the street. If nothing else, we don't stay in the Westin at Anthrocon, so to get to the convention, you have to go outside and walk to the event location. It's only about a half a block away from where we stay, but still, you're out in public. We used to stay all the way over at the Omni, which meant on your way from there to the convention, you ran into a lot of normals. I have done quite a few different charity events over the years that I've gotten invited to, parades and stuff like that. So, by far, I have been out in the normals. They love us. Half a block will take about 30 to 45 minutes while I pictures. You got that right. Do kids go to you to meet you or something? 50-50. Some kids think you're awesome. Some kids think you're scary. You never know until you hear the crying and screaming, or you look down and there's something grabbed onto your legs hugging you. You never know what you're going to get until it shows up. The ones that come up and hug you are definitely the best experiences. They let you know how magical you are and how much you made someone's day today. That's happened to me a lot here. Which one? The screaming kid or the hugging kid? Got the luck of kids that concerned me in the bathroom to prove I was a person in there. I hate that group of children. The ones that think they have to prove you're really a person in there. Just enjoy the magic, kids. Have fun with it. I'm so sorry for the many questions. It's the first time talking to a furry. Oh, that's fine. You're allowed to ask questions. That's what I'm here for. I'm a discussion panel. Or something. I'm a discussion lioness. Parents, please do not force your kids near the suitors, just for pictures. And yes, it is that specific age that kind of thing happens. Parents don't understand that you don't have to make your child go see the fluffy thing and take a photo. If the child is screaming, they're not having fun and they're not going to enjoy that memory. You're just traumatizing. Don't do that. Don't bring upset animals near suitors either. Yes. I have met many a good doggo and kitty in fursuit. Mostly doggos. Kitties don't tend to be mobile animals. Heck, I've even had ferrets in photos. But when an animal is scared of you and grumpy in any shape or form, they're more unpredictable than that kid that's screaming that you're trying to force to come near the fursuiter. Don't do that. Nobody wins. The photo is going to come out bad. The animal or child is going to be grumpy. And the fursuiter is also traumatized. If a child was pulling on your fursuit tail, what would you do? You pretend that it hurts. And try to let them know that it's a bad idea as quietly as possible. Well, hello, Kai Furio. I'm guessing that's Kai. Welcome to the chat. Revenant says, I get the doggos to bark at me during parades. You know, if you're enjoying yourself and you got them to bark happy, probably not a bad thing. Fran Yoshida, you stole. I'm sorry. I really have never heard her name in person. Really, are great with them. Yay! I'm glad those two bark well. Autumn says, exactly. In fursuit, you're a big, scary animal. It's understandable that some animals and kids might be scared. I followed you before the last minute. Oh, thank you, Kai. And yes, welcoming Kai is nice. I want to be a furry, but I got a dog. He is good. If you possess a dog and you want to fursuit near said dog, a very good thing to do is introduce the dog to the fursuit before you put it on. Because if the dog sees the kitty head and they get a chance to sniff it, understand it, they're less scared of it. And then you put the kitty head on, and then, especially if you do it in front of the dog then sees that you, master, still are master, but you have a thing on your head. Some dogs don't care one way or the other. But if you're concerned, ease them into it, and you'll have a better chance that you don't get a grumpo doggo that hates you. Furry doesn't require a suit is just a fun thing to do. Got that right. You do not need to have a fursuit to be a furry. This is a very, very critical point. You can go to a furry convention and have a great time and never own a fursuit. I have actually gone to furry cons without a fursuit. My first con, no fursuit. Had a great time. In fact, at that con, there were only about a handful of fursuiters at the entire con back in 2003. There's lots to do. There are panels that you can go and discuss whatever weird, I say weird just to define it as a whole unit. Whatever interesting topic that you might think of, there's probably a panel for it. There's gaming tracks, there's panels about all sorts of different animal types throughout a convention, depending on what's going on. Just read the program. I'm sure you'll find something that interests you. There's poker tournaments, there's gaming rooms, there's big ballroom events with sit down and watch a presentation type shows. There's dances most nights at furry cons. Whatever you're into, there's probably something to keep you busy. I was thinking of that as well. The furry community is basically art, and I don't know what else. Everything. It is everything. Socializing mostly. Like-minded people. Yep. My early mistake was thinking only the costume folks were furries. Nope. Usually there's only about 5 to 10%. Oh, new information. Fun fact, per last Fur Science survey that Autumn checked, most furries do not own a fursuit. It's only around 1 in 5. It's gone up a little bit. Last I'd heard it was around 10%. I guess we're up to 20. So yeah, 80% don't own fursuits. And this is actually fine. I have no problem with that. Do I own a lot of fursuits? Personally, yes. But that doesn't mean everyone has to have one. It's not a requirement. Very few actually have a fursuit at cons. Do you get sweaty in a fursuit? Okay, put on a pair of snow pants, big moon boots, your winter coat, put on a nice thick wool hat that goes all the way over, like a ski mask type thing, and then put a hat on top of that, and then go out in the July sun. Yeah, you sweat. Deodorant is your friend. Shower, children. And after a convention, wash that thing. Y'all gonna be sweaty. Y'all gonna be wet. Am I sweating right now? A little bit. I'm not very active where I'm sitting right now, so I'm not jumping around. I'm not running around in the 4th of July sun. I'm sitting in the temperature-controlled computer room in my house. Do you get sweating for a second? Is a cap okay? Powder detergent and cold water wash. If you were at a con with all the people. A cap? You can wear a hat if you want to. Nothing wrong with that. I've used Woolite and Tide to wash my fursuits because it's what's in the house. I've never had a problem with it. I've never had fursuits breaking down or stinky afterwards. So your mileage may vary. Always test wash a little bit of the fur if possible to see what's going to happen. Always cold water wash only. Never use heat. And dear God, do not put it in the dryer with heat, or you're going to end up being a poodle. This fabric does not play well in heat. Synthetic fur will melt and just turn to little curlies. Not good. If you're a con with all the people, sweaty in a suit and a con by all the people. Never use heat washing dry. You're a sheep. Well, as far as you're going to be at a convention and be sweaty with people around, this is going to happen. You just kind of accept that's part of life. Always hang a suit to dry after use at a con. Yes. After you've been out having fun at a con, if you're going to wear that suit again while you're at the con, get that thing on a fan and get it dry. Hang it up. Do your best. A good fan, you could get your stuff dry within a couple of hours from an outing, so you can go play again. But yeah, you're going to sweat. That's not a question of if. It can be winter time, you're going to sweat. Washing machine okay for fursuits? Heck yeah! Some flight attendants told us how bad some luggage smells post-con, worse than some hockey players' bags. Hi, Swifty! Welcome to the fun! Bursty's been annoying people for a little bit here. Yeah. Depending on how active a suitor you are at a con, I've definitely known people that by Sunday night of a con, they smell like a gym sock. And then again, there are other people that don't, depending on their personal hygiene and the amount they sweat and perspirate, and how you take care of your suit. You're not going to get a chance to wash it during a convention, but do your best to get it dry as possible. Wear Under Armour or an absorbent t-shirt underneath, and shorts and whatnot. But, yup. Big purple forehead. Well, it's because I'm up here reading things. How do you take your fursuits on the plane, carrying it on the street to the hotel? Big crates. Yep, basically. That's about it. I know a lot of people are really particular about the head, and they will put that in their carry-on package. Carry your head in the plane as carry-on. Yes, it's like just like Swifty said. I have traveled in the past with my fursuit completely in the stored luggage. I think it was Caddy was the one that made it cross country. But a nice solid plastic foot locker with a lock, a TSA type lock, made it okay. Once you're in the location of where your hotel is, if you can get dropped off at the hotel itself or in the hotel's parking garage, awesome. Get a luggage rack, get it upstairs. Elsewise, if you can find some with wheels, makes your life easier. Basically like carrying any other luggage. Do you need to pay more for more space? Depends on how big your thing is. Bursty and Caddy don't take up much space. Other suits do. That comes down to how much space does your particular fursuit take up. I've seen people making head-shaped bags these days. That is actually pretty cool. Aw, thank you, Swifty. Yay, I made 60. I'm close to 40, but yeah, you need 50 to hit the affiliate. You're almost there. Took me a while. I used to put my uncle's old Air Force shirt on top of my checked luggage, and it goes through with proper repacking or not checked. Wow. Oop. It's 1 a.m. Well, happy tomorrow there, and I've been told to hydrate, so here we have my deluxe water from Anthrocon, one of the world's largest anthropomorphics convention. Such delicious water, very good, healthy for you. Nom nom noms. Oh. Oh, actually could use that. Thank you. Good idea, Mindy. Yeah, that is actually pretty smart. No, it's not Tuesday yet here, at least. AFK to start my stream. Have fun, Swifty. Enjoy either tanks or pew-pews. Always important to keep hydrated. Yes, it is. Yay. Coffee. Coffee. I do apologize. I will get some emoticons and stuff. I just got access to that over the weekend. And so far I've only made like 3 different stream redeem items down there. I will do more. I just haven't had time to brain on that yet. It's already Tuesday. I'm tired. It was Tuesday an hour ago. I'm happy it's still Monday. I still got some free time. I have to go to bed at midnight. It's past what I was supposed to have my stream now, 8 o'clock. Sorry, folks. I think the lioness might have hit the wrong button by accident. I did? What'd I do? Study. A sturdy lockable trunk for fursuit is indispensable. Oh, ads. Sorry. Almost. BRB. Stupid ads. Yeah, they're in the schedule now. And we're back. Yay! Sorry about that. The ads are on the half hour. So we get a few of those here. I got 4 ads in a row. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you all those ads. But remember, those ads pay me, so every single one you see actually will get me some finance, so you funded my stream just by watching those. Anyway, yeah. Fursuit transport is not that hard if you have to drive. Oftentimes, I will use large laundry bags for the transport process if I'm going to be just going from my car to a hotel room. And it's a fursuit I'm not as worried about damaging. Or if it's really weird shaped. Mewtwo's butt has a foam core to it, so he pretty much has to be in a laundry bag and is still sticking out of the thing as I'm transporting. So you'll see me with a laundry bag strapped to my shoulder and a giant purple tail coming out the top. At least you can buy more fursuits from. Yes, I will. Well, at least fursuit accessories. Me and Amazon have a good relationship with me buying things that I can wear on my fursuits. So, yeah. Having padded legs makes packing a pain. Yes, it does. Caddy and Bursty are both lions. Both have fairly small heads, smaller ears. They're non-padded suits. Well, Bursty has a little bit of a chest fluff. It's in her body. I'm not wearing that right now. Both have small tails, small feet. One of my basic Foot Locker totes, one of them completely in there only takes up a little over half of the Foot Locker tote. That'd be about, that's 2.5, 3 feet long, squares on the ends. And I can pack a lot of my clothes for the con in the other half of that. Daisy, I can barely fit her head and her 2 feet in one of those things. And some squeezy room around it, but there ain't no way her big poof tail or her body's gonna fit in there with those peats in that noggin. Someone used to out about me bringing a 7th. Yes, I did complain about you bringing your tail. I'm sorry. I know I bring stupider things now. What else do you do at FurCon? Do you have friends there? Usually. Generally, I go to a FurCon knowing I'm going to be able to hang out with friends, so that's actually one of the biggest things. Corona's a no travel suit. Weight and tail padding is a deal breaker. Yup. I don't know about Mendy when I get around to making him a 3/4. Well, I'd love to see Mendy be out and about again. I miss that kitty. Bursty thinks that they were good friends. Is a FurCon made so furries can get furry friends? Depends on what you're in for when you go to the convention. There are plenty of places to meet and greet, finding new people to hang out with. If you're really interested in meeting new furries, a panel to go to at pretty much every FurCon is, so is this your first FurCon? Which is normally a panel. And yes, you're going to meet everybody else, but it's their first FurCon. At least the ones that noticed. Autocorrect way, yes. Don't worry, I got what you meant. Back for more lurking. Yay! Keep lurk. But yes, there are plenty of things you can go to at a FurCon where you'll meet new people that want to meet new people. Not everybody's in it for new friends, okay? Just don't expect every one of the 20,000 people going to Anthrocon that are going to want to be your personal new best buddy. Because if they were trying to do that with everybody there, they would have 20,000 friends. And if you have 20,000 friends, you don't need to make too many new. You're kind of booked. Every minute of your day is booked with having friends. Can you show some of your fursuits if it's okay? Well, each week I tend to just wear the one on this conversation game. But you'll see a different fursuit next week. I'll have someone else be on stream. If you want to see some of my other fursuits, if you're on your computer, scroll down below the information, and there's a link to my YouTube. Most of my fursuits have made it on there, so you'll have a variety of fursuits in outfits and other stuff, including repos of things like this. Although curries are always welcome too. Yes, they are. Food goes in mouth. Very important thing to remember. Furries like food. Even I show up randomly. Yes, you do. I have a few videos of that autumn fox on my my YouTube channel, so please go and enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe when you're there. I could use more followers there. I'm 295 away from being able to monetize on that. Ads appear, but I don't get paid for those. But if I get a little bit more people, I get pays. At 1 a.m. or midnight, I'm on half term, so I want to be this late at night next week, or the others. It's cool, I understand, and I apologize that I stream as late as I do. I have to stream after I'm done with work, so I don't really have much of a choice time-wise. I get off at 6 p.m. my time, and I start streaming at 7 my time, so I do it as early as I really can, because I still need to be able to get things set up and get some food in my face before I start babbling on stream. I need to share Autumn Fox got a taco cookbook that has tikka in it, and it's so good, just regular tikka. Ooh. Oh, and thank you, Autumn, for sharing the link to that. I could use some tikka. Tikka's a happy thought. Okay, it's different time zones. It's how the plan. Yeah, sorry about that. Unfortunately, we don't all live in the same time bracket. It's not just unfortunately, it's not just magically day and night all at one time, but I'm part of East Coast United States, so barely. If anything, we are just on the border of Central Time Zone, so if we make it all the way to the other side of the state we live in, time changes by an hour. I didn't finish my sentence. It's Earth. It's okay. Treo's Tacos is turning out to be a good cookbook to buy. Oh, add that to our homework list. And I completely understand anyone ever not finishing a sentence when they're trying to type on here. Occasionally, we all hit enter. And autocorrect is never your friend. It will change what words you're trying to say. Especially when it's to your mother and you accidentally end up saying something very lewd. Well, it's just after 8 p.m. here, so if you're at 1 a.m., that's 5 hours. We are Eastern, which, at least for the moment, is -5 GMT. I think after the time change in March, we are -4 GMT. And since Daylight Savings is getting voted away, we'll stay -4 GMT. That's cooked by keep meaning to add to my collection. Well, we're all going to have that soon, I'm assuming, because it sounds tasty. Yeah. I ate dinner, and I'm now getting hungry talking about tacos. That's dangerous. I don't know EST or only UK time. Autumn, thank you. You're so nice. UK is 5 hours ahead of Eastern time. Yes. Autumn, you're too good to our friends. Autumn is now the #1 subscriber on my channel. Such a good little fopsy foof. But anyone that got a sub, you now no longer have ads, so that's bonus points. Military surplus duffel bags, carry-alls, or hold-alls can be good for some fursuits, parts, and extras. Yes, actually. Those big honkin' Duffy bags that you'll find at the military surplus store can often be really good for fursuit transit. Be careful with your head still, or any delicate parts. But as far as your body and your feet and your hands and your tail, mash it in there and just fluff it out when you get to the event. Try and fold nicely if at all possible. Your first subs ever, I think. Yes, they were. Hockey bags, too. Yeah, hockey people apparently need large bags, so they get big ones. What's your YouTube? Same name, Cat Pig Jr. Autumn linked it a little bit ago there, but it's also in the description box below the video. It should have links to my YouTube and my FA, and I think my Twitter I've linked in there. Also, space saver bags for bodies. Yes. I block my heads with foam. Smart. Yes, thank you, Autumn, for tweeting that, sending that out too. As long as hotels can supply a vacuum. As far as space bags goes, I even used some when I went to MFF, and I did it without a vacuum. Vacuum is best case scenario with a space bag, and obviously if you're storing stuff and you know you're going to have access to on both ends of the game, that's extra good. But you can even get away with just put your stuff in the space bag and get your chubbiest friend to sit on the bag and press as much air out as you can and then zippy it. You're not going to have a perfect situation, but you can get a lot more in a small space that way. Remember, have a fat friend. We're useful for sitting on things. Rolling? When I went to MFF, I put both of my fursuit bodies I took there, plus several of my outfits, in 2 space bags. Took up a heck of a lot less room and was easy to deal with, both getting there and getting back. Petticoats are a pain in the butt as far as space goes when they're open. Even just squishing those into a bag helps you. Space bag, extra good. Wow, you're popular on there. On YouTube? Oh, no, I'm not. I feel like I'm small potatoes there. I only have 700-ish followers. It takes 1,000 to be able to monetize there. And I've been doing that for several years, since June of 2020. I'm hoping to be popular one day. When we moved, space bag, the plushies, and it looked hilarious. Flattened faces and eyes staring out at us. 700 subs, that's good, maybe to me, but not you. Well, I'm not saying I'm not known, but people who do similar content to what I do on YouTube have, say, hundreds of thousands of people. So you need to be at least 1,000 to be noted by YouTube to even exist. So I feel YouTube doesn't respect people that are creating for them as much as Twitch does. Whereas Twitch will let you have payout after 50. YouTube needs to have 1,000. So as far as YouTube's concerned, I'm a peanut. As far as Twitch is concerned, I'm still a peanut, but I'm a peanut worth paying. When we moved from Carlisle to here, we used mostly just big black trash bags for the plushies. It looked like we were moving a trash truck. Battling the algorithm is hard. I hate to break it to you, but YouTube does not pay lots. Patreon pays lots. Coffee pays lots. That's the trick. All these big YouTubers that are really made it, they have sponsors, they have people on Patreon, that's what's paying them. The ads on YouTube is a pittance. It's not a financial system you could just, even if you somehow got the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours in a year, it doesn't pay much. Just, that's an unfortunate but fun fact. I think I have far, far fewer plushies. You're probably right. Fursuit makers may make lots, but not from their YouTube channels. Taxes take out a lot from makers in all realms. Yes, they do, because your 9-to-5 job here in the U.S., they take out all the tax ahead of time. When you're doing make-at-home stuff, you have to remember to save that money for the federal taxes and the state taxes at the end of the year. You can never have too many plushies, or if you have enough room. That's right. Why is there an Amazon advert on the side? Mac USB. I have no idea why there's an Amazon ad. So what do you pay as far from what you get? Got that right. Hi, Shadow Wolf 9. Materials, hours worked as well. Yeah, all adds up, doesn't it? Welcome to the chaos. I am, however, running out of steam. I apologize. We are already well past 8 o'clock. Shade Wolf, get her. I am so sorry. I can't see very well. My glasses are here. I'm being noticed. Hello, Senpai. How you doing, Damani? You being a good little smilodon? Oh, you're a good boy. It's past 1 a.m. Well, for where you are, it is at least. Yes, Damani is adorable. I'm glad you're having a swell time. What's going on? Well, I was getting invaded by a saber-toothed kitty who came to say hi, because he's nice like that. I don't like sleep. Oh, I love sleep. Sleep's good. I'm looking forward to that in a few hours. The older you get, the more you're gonna like sleep. Sleep gets you through things. It helps you recover. I am about a month away from being the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And for anyone that can figure out what I mean, it's happening. You get bonus points. I've been missing your videos on YouTube. Oh, it's okay. They'll still be there. You can get caught up. Head back in. Binge it out. Have a catty-a-thon. Being there. True, I only sleep when I have school. Well, I have work in the morning tomorrow, so I do have to sleep at some point. Whew. Okay. I don't care if no one pressed the button. I'm redeeming a water. Hydrate. Ooh. Bueno. Again, water brought to you by Anthrocon, one of the world's largest anthropomorphics conventions. Happens in July. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Come. You might even meet me. Oh, Mandy wants me to hydrate. Well, I better do it again. Plus, you need to stay awake to meet their charges. Yes, they do. Oh, better. Okay, I think I do need to wrap it up before I become a puddle. Yes, I can go for a few hours in Fursuit. when that's what I'm doing for the day. But I've already worked 8 hours today, and now I'm doing this. So I am a bit on the winded side. Oh, I thank you for the pets. There's a FurCon in my home city this year. Well, awesome. I hope you get to go to that. Wow, that's how you drink, and you can on Wednesday. Yep. But Linus poles are good puddles. No, Autumn. Don't make me sweat into a puddle. But yes, that is how I ingest water while in fursuit. Long straw bit. Very important. Anyway, thank you all for spending some time with me. I'll be back again, as usual, on next Monday at the same time from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, which is about currently -5 GMT. So if you can figure out where you are according to GMT, we're at -5. And if you watched this hour, it's currently just after 8 p.m. So an hour before now, next week on Monday, that's when I'll be here again. Who's it going to be? I haven't picked yet. But I will make sure that's in the Twitter announcement, the FA announcement, and it'll, as long as I remember, be in the title on the bottom of the video. I've heard gaming on, and yes, I am gaming on Wednesday. Wednesday is gaming night. That starts at 8 p.m., which is, wow, it's almost 8:30. Boy, did I ever go over tonight. So, half hour before now, on Wednesday, I will be doing gaming from 8 to 10, which is half hour before now, if you're needing to convert that, till 2 hours thereafter. I'll be playing Borderlands 2, probably as Mewtwo, because I was Daisy last week and I have to pick someone I can see out of easily. So, that's our target. Same chat time, same cat channel. You got that right. And yay, thank you. Check out my YouTube. There is a lot on there. I have plenty of fun stuff. Of course, both my Patreon and my Ko-fi are linked in there as well. So, and anyone can register for my subscriptions if you're so interested. Alright, I am going to stop the recording, so everything after this will not be on. Mouse Arrow, where are you? Oh, there it is. Alright, Mouse Arrow.